Oh my goodness, honey, I damn near died. Hey honeys, I'm here today showing you my no makeup, 10-minute makeup. I don't really know how you want me to break it down, but this is my, I really want to look like I got makeup on because after having 2 kids, you got bags, my face is dry all the time, so this is why I'm adding so much oil to my face. So I've got all these steps and I go out looking shiny, so I throw just a little pinch of makeup on there so I don't have any patches or anything. I start with that lip oil that I had. That's MUA brand. Sadly it is discontinued, so I'm not gonna link it, but I use Physicians Formula Argan oil next. That's what I'm finishing rubbing in now. A lot of the stuff I use is going to be drugstore, so another Physicians Formula SPF I'm using that I also couponed, and that's just because it's easier for me to just make sure I can coupon all the stuff I need, try it, trial and error, and if I don't like it, I skip to the next product because I can coupon everything out of every brand when you go into the drugstore. So many different options. I always make sure that because my face is so oily all the time, I'm wiping off my eyebrows before I start, because don't dare try to go in with a pencil with your eyebrows being real slippery. It ain't happening. So that's why I'm using the pomade, because there's still a little moisture on there. I don't want to assume that it's all dried up, because it definitely is not, because even before this I do my regular skincare routine. So feel free to let me know if you want me to put that on here ASAP. That's on the plan, but it wasn't one of my next videos, so I can definitely put that on here. But that's why I always look so glistening, and then I have to put more on, because if not, like I said, I will get crazy dry patches all around my mouth and by my nose. How? I couldn't tell you. Another perk of having 2 kids. Now I'm gonna go in and do my eyebrows, which is the same eyebrows I showed in my previous video. So I'm just going to come back and talk to y'all in a minute. Alright, so boom, I'm going into my concealer now. I'm still using that Adri one that I used in one of my last videos. It's just a lot easier for the under eye, the underbrow. I can get it popping a little easier with that, and also have some highlight. I do use 2 different colors. It just depends on how I'm feeling. There's a lighter color, and then there's one that pretty much matches my skin tone, which I prefer. So I'll put both those colors down, I guess, so you can get a guesstimation if anybody is around the same skin tone as me. When I coupon, I like to get different brands just so I can have a better opinion for myself. And on top of that, like, certain brands are really good for hydration, others aren't. For me, I had to learn that trial and error, because one brand might have like something that says oily and then the other is dry, but in reality they both do the same thing and they just faking you out. So make sure y'all paying attention to what these brands are really putting in their stuff, because once you learn what half these ingredients mean, you find out that half the stuff you use, it might be making your skin even drier, and that's what I found out. So that's why I really perfected my skincare, so that once I put makeup on, I wouldn't be struggling. My issue is I'm a matte girl. I love my makeup to be matte looking, and you can't really be doing matte all the time and putting on a whole bunch of powder when you have dry skin, because then you look crazy. So that's my problem, and that's why I gotta put on lip oil, because my lips is cracking every other day. In this video, I decided to use my NARS for my under eye like I did before, just because it's like so much more. I don't want to say brightening. It's not necessarily brightening. Well, I guess what I mean is it's the opposite of brightening. I really just want it to look natural, like as if I just don't have any bags underneath my eyes or anything like that. So that's why I put that on. But if I was like going to get dressed, I would put the highlighted one underneath. I guess that's what I mean to say. And I'm not even using a sponge that has water in it. I'm just using a regular sponge with nothing on it, because this concealer is not drying. It doesn't like matte down really quick for me. So I prefer just use it with a dry sponge. And then when I do like a full face with like the age rewind, I have to wet it. That age rewind gets, it pretty much get hard if you want to really be real about it. So I gotta like move quickly when I do that. Now listen, my easiest way for doing everything is using the same stuff over and over. I use these bronzer colors to do my eyeshadow when I'm really not putting nothing on. Sometimes I might even just put a wing with it so it looks like I really did something. But in reality, I'm just making sure my eyelids don't look completely blank, because they're multicolored for who knows what reason. And with a little bit of a highlighted brow and then the bronzer in the eye, you can't even tell that, I didn't try hard, I guess you could say. So that's how I do that. And I've been using this Black Radiance palette for like maybe almost 2 years now for stuff. And I use Black Radiance for my face powder as well. I got them from Kmart. If you don't believe me, I'm dead serious. But sadly, since Kmart is pretty much gone, if not all the way gone, they do have it at Targets, but I don't know if all have them, and I don't know how much. When I went to Target the last time, because obviously it's we in COVID time, they had the palette, but it was on markdown. I used to work for Target, so if it's on markdown, that thing ain't coming back. So I bought 2 of them. So if anybody's interested in that, I have 2 extras in the tuck. I would not mind having that be one of the items I give away, because it's a very general color range where the highlight works for any brown skin, and then the 2 contours is different options for depending on your skin tone. So I could definitely add that to one of the things I can give away, but I gotta get to my 100 subscribers. So if you haven't already, subscribe. You know you want to. You done made it this long. You might as well just go ahead and do it, because I'm going to keep asking regardless. Now I'm going to go ahead, after powdering my whole face with the Black Radiance, I'm using CoverGirl mascara. It's the Flourish type one. I'll obviously be linking that too. It's like my easy natural one. It does bleed slightly, so just make sure that you don't do what I did and spray your setting spray after. Always spray it before you do your mascara, because if it bleeds, you're done for, which is what I did here. I don't know why I would do that. And I didn't use a primer, but I had moisturized so much that I didn't really need to use a primer, so that's okay. But don't play yourself and let your mascara bleed. Thankfully, this was right before I was about to go to bed. I re-recorded this because I didn't like it the first time I did it. So I was like, I'm going to make it happen. And I did it anyway. So here we go. And I'm using matte spray. Oh my goodness, honey. I damn near died. Like I said, my skin is very dry. I really shouldn't be using it, but it's preferred for me, and I always use it and then get mad later. This is Wet n Wild spray, and it works really good. It's just with my skin being so dry, it gets entirely too matte. Because I only use a little bit of powder rather than a whole foundation and situation, it was easier for me. So it didn't work out too bad, but obviously I didn't have it on too long because I went to bed maybe an hour after this. Then I'm just throwing on some Revlon lip gloss, another drugstore awesome thing. I got every single thing I used in this, including the brushes, I believe, all from CVS. The only brush I used that wasn't from CVS was the powder brush, which I actually got from Ulta. I'm finished up. I'm cute. See y'all later, honeys.